That sunset. The sunsets here are amazing. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Doing one of my final walks before I head off the island, and it always does something to me. So yeah, I wanted to talk. I haven't done a lot of talking this trip, and that usually happens when it's not a right fit or I'm not in a good place, and also my computer has been dead, so I haven't been uploading. But I've been spending the last 4 months in San Juan. I escaped. I escaped New York because it became heavy, it became a lot. With COVID happening and dealing with, trying to take care of mother, or, keeping her safe anyway. Because as she puts it, she's not an invalid, she's healthy, she's independent. But it was indeed rough. So I took off, and my sister's been showing up and being there for her, which is amazing to see. It's nice, because that's the good thing that came out of it, is that my mother and my sister are spending more time together, and I think that's healthy and needed and so good. How has COVID affected you? Because I know that it's more emotional. I did lose people. I lost a friend, a very good friend of mine. May she rest in peace, Swati. I know my mother lost 2 of her best friends, and there are a few of my friends who've lost their parents and relatives. So yeah, the count was pretty high, but I think somehow I went through some, and probably still is, some sort of post-traumatic, PTSD thing. And that's the reality. And then traveling in general, it's not the same. It's just not the same, People are not the same. The traveler's mindset that I'm accustomed to experiencing as I travel is different. It's very different. A lot of Americans that the world is locked down to, so they're not able to go to Europe, a lot of Europe, most of Europe, and many places. So Puerto Rico has been the escape, and I have to tell you, it's changed everything, because I've never met the most difficult guests. And I felt targeted at one point by a guest where I was working. My manager, she wasn't much of a manager, more of faking it, and I'm being very honest, day to day. And when you have volunteers or people who are not getting paid a salary to run a business like a hotel, that's a problem. You want them to do your marketing. That doesn't make sense to me. A lot of it didn't make sense to me. So coming back, the first time around at the same job, and having this amazing experience with amazing people from Spain and Denmark, and then you come back and you get people from, I'm sorry, my experience in traveling, and this remains consistent. It's usually Americans who have issues, and my roommates were out of their minds. I would say it was a lot of drama. It was just a lot of personal things, disrespectful. I felt a little bullied, and the manager, it was an uncomfortable, bad situation all around. Yeah, I just need to figure out a way, because this island, on its pre-COVID, it got hard after Maria. It got even harder now, and people are not paying. They want you to work for nothing. It's basically slavery. This is the second time I'm just walking away from work that don't want to pay, or they owe you something. And I usually say keep it, because you need it more than I do. So, and I can't help, but I don't want to blame everything on COVID. But I have to tell you that the world has changed. The world is different, and people are mentally being affected, and there's a sense of desperation, and it's an underlining thing, everyone's out for themselves. So no matter what I did to help or rectify or give of myself and love and show that I want to leave any place that I go to a better place, or leave people feeling better about themselves than when I first walked in a room, was the most difficult thing to do. And we agreed that this is not working, and I ended up leaving. So I'm exiting the island for a little bit. And I look at signs, I listen to my instincts, this was coming. So I have to stop, revisit my plans, and have a better plan. And I'm always coming back to this island, so I'm always going to be here. I'm always going to visit. I have family here, and it's nice to, people being here for me when I need it. And it is my second home officially. So my sister always says, you're home, you're home. Yeah, that's where I stand. I exit the island this week. I'm saying my goodbyes. I'm enjoying my sunsets and having fun before I leave. Yeah. So yeah. All right, that's my little spiel. Thank you for listening. How are you dealing with the effects post-COVID world? All right. Let me know below. Thank you for joining me. If something is not working for you, try really hard to change it. God bless.